Hi guys, it's Wednesday, April 19th. Today you're going to be finishing your 2016 release STAR test. Same thing as yesterday, no textbooks, no notebooks. Make sure you're giving your best effort. This is, again, not for a grade, but you need to see where you're at right now and where you need to focus your reviewing and your studying for the actual STAR. So make sure you're giving your best effort. Whenever you finish today, you need to get two things. You need to get the answer key and you need to get an item analysis page. So I'm going to show you how to use both of those in just a second. So you're going to get two things after you finish your test. You're going to get the answer key and you're also going to get this item analysis page. What this is going to do is work you through which questions are talking about what information, which is going to help us when we go through the review packets later. So be honest with yourself. I need you to be completely 100% honest with how you did on this test. Again, it's not for a grade. I want to see how you're doing, how well you did with just a clean start. No review. So as you're going through and grading your own test, use this page as well. So as you get questions incorrect, let's say you got number 4 incorrect. So put a mark through number 4. Let's say you missed number 17. Let's say you missed 32. Let's say you missed 41, 52, 53, and 54. Those would be the answers that you got incorrect. Everything else you got 100 on, or you got correct. Then you're going to go to the back side of the page, and I'm going to show you how to use that. So what these numbers mean, at the top, you'll see it has like 8.11a next to number 1, 8.8b next to number 2. Those are the TEKS. The TEKS are the standards or the skills that the state of Texas says you have to master and know for the STAR test. So there, again, are from 8th grade, 7th grade, and 6th grade science. The 8 in front of it tells you what grade level it's from, 8th, 7th, or 6th, and then the number behind it is talking about, they come from different reporting categories, which is how we're going to set up our review. There are 4 reporting categories. So the description underneath it tells you that you missed that skill. So number 4 was demonstrate and calculate how unbalanced forces change the speed or direction of an object's motion. So you missed 1 on that skill. Number 11, describe the structure of atoms, including the masses, electrical charges, and locations of protons, neutrons in the nucleus, and electrons in the electron cloud. So you missed that skill as well. You're going to use this information for the back page, which I'm going to show you how to use next. So here's how the back page works. After you've completely graded your tests and after you use the front side and march through the questions and the TEKS that you got incorrect, count up how many questions you got correct. Out of 54, that would be 100. Count up how many questions you got correct. That would be your raw score. That's seen right here. So you're going to take that number and you're going to plot it on this graph. So if you got 54 questions correct, you're going to be on this end. If you got 12 correct, you're going to be over here. If you got 45 correct, you'd be right here. So you're going to plot, just put a star in the area next to the number closest to where you fell, and that's going to tell you about where you would fall in this range of data. The next thing you're going to do, look at your item analysis on the front page where you march through the boxes. List 5 skills that you're pretty good at. So as you go through, look at those numbers at the top, the 8.11, 8.8, 8.8. Look at those and see which skills you got completely correct. Most of the time on STAR, they're going to ask you 2 to 3 questions per standard or per TEK. So if you got all of them correct, let's say you got all of 8.6 correct, you could list that skill out that you're pretty good at 8.6. Same thing with the rest of these. So list out 5 things that you're pretty good at. What I don't want you to see though is just put the number. I want you to tell me what that skill is. Is it identifying locations in atoms? Is it using plate tectonics? Whatever that skill is, look at the boxes. It'll give you information on what those specific skills are. you're going to list your 5 best here, or the 5 that you feel most comfortable. In this column over here, you're going to list the 5 skills that you need the most work on. You're going to get that information from the front. I would look to see what your top 5 skills that you missed the most are going to be. If you only missed 5, think of the ones that were the hardest for you. Think of the ones that were the most challenging for you, and then list those here. Again, you're going to list the skill. Maybe you missed questions on density. Maybe you missed Newton's laws questions. So you're going to list those skills, get that information in the little paragraph underneath the number, 8.11, 7.6 in the box, and you're going to list the skill. Don't just list the number, list the skill. Tell me which ones you need the most work on. What I would suggest you do, if you missed more than one of the same skill, that's probably a TEK that you need to focus on more than other ones. So you're going to list your 5 best here, your 5 that you need to work on the most here. At the very bottom, it says, I feel. Tell me how you're feeling about STAR right now. Are you nervous about something? Are you confident about something? This is your point right here, where you're going to tell me that information. Again, I want you to take this completely seriously. So I feel great, and it's dumb that we have to do this. Well, I'll agree with that. But still, I need you to give me a best effort. This is going to help with where we go with our review. So if you really, really don't remember anything from 6th grade science, tell me that information. If you're not super sure on something from the beginning of the year from 8th grade, it's been a while, tell me that information. This is your chance to tell me how you feel about where you are right now based off of the test that you took. So again, you're going to do this after you finish your test today. If you finish earlier in class, you can start working on this at the end of class after you finish your test. If not, make sure you take this home and bring it back tomorrow. Do it for homework. And so you've got your test graded. You know how well you did. And then you can figure out where you're lacking, where you need to work, and where you're doing really well. I think you'll surprise yourself, a lot of you. So here's how you're going to grade your test. If you want to see what you would actually make as far as a numerical grade, this is how you would do it. There are 54 questions. That means that each question is worth 1.85 points apiece, so almost 2 points apiece. So you can kind of use that as a little bit of a guess, or you can look at this chart and figure out if you missed 10 questions, then you would have gotten an 81. If you missed 30 questions, you would have gotten a 44. If you missed 1 question, you got a 98. So you can either multiply how many you got incorrect by 1.85 and then subtract that from 100, or you can use this chart as well. Again, there are 54 questions. They're worth about 2 points apiece, technically 1.85 points apiece, if you want to see how well you would have done with a numerical grade. So again, your job today, you're going to finish up your release test, take it home with you, make sure that you have everything graded, and make sure you have the item analysis page ready to go tomorrow. You're going to use that page tomorrow in class as we start our review for reporting category number 1. If you don't finish your test before you leave today, make sure that you don't leave the classroom without an answer sheet for the answer key, and that make sure you don't leave without the item analysis page. You're going to need both of those for your homework to complete that tonight.